when hurricane season's on, everyone's just flipping out, you know, because the East Coast doesn't get great waves and super inconsistent. And this one comes around and this thing's just building up and building up. So the whole East Coast, the whole US is, mainly the East Coast, everyone's in a frenzy. So a whole, you know, good solid crew of surfers come, and I actually get a call from photographer Seth Stafford, and he's like, hey, let's go on a trip, you know, let's catch this storm down in the Caribbean. And I'm like, okay, let's go. But it happens to be my wife's birthday, and I planned this party, so I was like, hey, I can't go, you know, I gotta stay home. So then I'm thinking, oh, hopefully it gets good at my house, you know, get some fun hurricane swell, blah, blah, blah. And so hurricane season, you know, it's right after, it's summer, then hurricane season. And summer in Florida, there's nothing worse. So you need a good groveler. And I remember I was calling Todd going, you know, I need a grovel board. So he makes me a stringerless 6.0 grease pig, and I started just riding that, and I was, you know, into it, riding it every day. Because if you're going to surf, you need freaking that extra speed, and you know that board does it. Turned into one of my just go-to boards where, you know, everywhere I went, I had it, and you know, it was, you know, my favorite board at the time. So it was giant, but I was like, in my head, I'm like, okay, this board's good. So I just grab it, throw it in. I ran over the bridge, saw this thing at a break at the inlet where I live, and I was like, I've never seen the ocean look like that. It was incredible. The most insane waves are happening. I'm riding a 6.6, actually one of the first batch of Proctors I've ever gotten, and I'm like, all right, this board's insane. It's, you know, because it was big. It was the biggest I've ever seen my house ever, and this left was just funneling off into the inlet, and so we're surfing it, the 5 of us. There's no one around. Everyone's gone. No one even knows it's going on. And normally hurricanes are windy and crazy. This thing's set up perfect for Florida. It's just like, you just never know when a hurricane is good. But that one for South Florida was the best scenario I've seen in my whole surfing life. And I'm riding that 6.6 and it's going good, and it pops, it breaks. And the only other board I had was a board I've been riding the last couple days, was this 6.0 grease pig carbon rail. And I'm like, I don't even care, you know, just your adrenaline's just pumping and you're freaking out. I'm putting fins in. I get on the board, the thing is just flying and just going so fast in the barrels, and it turned out to be, I probably couldn't have picked a better board. And I'm just like, you know, best day ever. Never seen my house do this. And what's crazy, it's my house. And the whole crew comes up from Miami. I don't know, the Lopez brothers and like Chris Ward, Geiselman's, they all showed up, and they're just like in a frenzy. They're like, Peter, let me get a ride, let me out there on the boat. I'm like, dude, you're good. I'm like, my friends will help you. I'm going in to eat. I've been out here all day. Go ahead. I was done. I was just watching. I'm watching everybody else have a blast. And my one friend comes up to me. He's like, hey, you want to go? He's like, here, I'll pull you out over here. And I was like, yeah. So I hop on, and it was that wave, and I already saw like amazing shots, and I was like, oh, it's good. You know, I'm satisfied. I had a blast. And it was this next wave that was the cover of Surfer magazine. Thank God my friend was like, hey, let's go. Let's get another one. And I was like, okay. And turned out to be a really, really good wave. I don't know if I'll ever see that again in my life. I mean, hopefully. We just had another hurricane now. Again, the whole freaking state of Florida comes to my house, and they're thinking they're going to get this wave again, and it was nowhere near it. It showed maybe 20 minutes before dark, this one session, and was nowhere near it. But hopefully my son will get to see it in his life.